Okay, cool. Good morning, everyone. Like Dover said, this is a little presentation I put together a few months ago, back in March, back when things were first starting to change for us out in the field. It's really helpful to remind myself to have this mentality while out in the field, especially with the way things are changing. It's a lot harder to get face-to-face with our customers right now, whether they have rules about us coming into their shop or just not wanting to be too close or have too long of conversations with them. It's important to make sure that in order to keep building these relationships, we just got to find a different way of going about it. We just got to stand up from our competition and prove ourselves to the customers, and just make the whole interaction a lot more meaningful than just showing up and just saying and praying pretty much. I don't know about everyone else here on the call, but there are just sometimes when I go out and have a sales call with a customer and it just does not go as well as I'd like it to go. It either feels forced, there's not a lot of connecting. I can be sitting there asking them questions and they have a blank look on their face, or it looks like they just kind of want to get out of there and go do something else, which it makes sense. They got a million other things going on right now, different fires they got to put out. Something I got to constantly remind myself is that to us, our customers is our whole day. Our whole day is about going out there and talking to customers and dealing with them and seeing what we can do to help them. To them, our interactions are just such a small part of their day, such a small part of their business, to where, even if we're having a conversation, I'm sure there's a million other things going on in the back of the mind that they're thinking, okay, as soon as this guy stops talking, I got to go and take care of something else. It's just important that for myself to remind myself of this mentality that I'm going to go over here in a little bit. For instance, the other day I went into a shop up there in Oklahoma, and I met the owner of a company. I normally deal with this text quite a lot, very friendly text and everything, and go in there and we hang out from week, once a week, see what I can help him out with, build a relationship there. And so far, so good. Unfortunately, though, the owner did not warm up to me like I was hoping he would have. Just, gave him my introduction, gave him my card, went over a little bit of stuff with him, and he kind of just grunted at me, said, hey, and just walked off. So definitely a little bit of rejection right there. And once he walked off, the text told me, hey, don't take it personally. He just doesn't like salespeople. And I had to take a step back when I got back in my truck and think, well, does he not like salespeople, or does he not just like the way that I approached him in that moment? So the important thing to remember here during this presentation is people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And then we're going to be going over how to engage our clients and starting with why. So how most people approach things, and myself and maybe a few people on this call as well, by default, we operate on a foundation of what, based on a need to offer services or products, and then we try to build up their business or service from that foundation up. So we start on what it is we do, and then we kind of just hope everything else can pile on top of that. An example of this would just be a little, quick pitch or mission statement, elevator pitch, something like that, is we are Bruckner's. We provide top-of-the-line parts and service for your fleet. We're competitively priced, allow for less downtime, and even offer delivery and a mobile service truck. How can we help you today? Now, sometimes that works. Let's see. Sometimes, of course, it doesn't. So we're going to kind of go over a little bit of how we should approach things versus this default area right here. So this whole presentation today, I kind of got by watching this TED Talk by a gentleman named Simon Sinek. He kind of goes over the golden circle and how we should use it to lead and inspire and just get ourselves out there. So you can watch it. There's a link to it right here. It's about 20 minutes long. So if you got some downtime later on today, I definitely recommend giving it a shot. He goes more into depth about it. We're just going to kind of go over some of the stuff and summarize it briefly here for the purpose of today's meeting. So the golden circle is actually 3 circles, starting with, in no particular order here, is what. So every organization on the planet knows what it is they do. These are products they sell or the services they provide. They also know how they do it. So these are the things that make them special or set them apart from their competition. And then as far as the why, very few organizations know or can even express why it is they do what they do. So why is not necessarily about making money. That's just a result of everything else. Why is a purpose. Why it is we get out of bed and do it is what we do. It's a cause of belief, and it's the very reason our organization exists. So again, as mentioned earlier, most people and businesses operate from a what perspective, focusing on what it is we offer as the means and purpose for our operation, And then we try to work our way deeper into the circle, or kind of going with that earlier example, use that as a base and kind of just try to pile things on top of it, which, as we'll learn on the next slide, we should really be doing things the opposite way. So regardless of what direction you start with the golden circle, whether you're starting with the why or you're starting with the what, the how we do what we do doesn't change position. However, its meaning is sharpened when you start with why and work your way out versus starting with what and working your way in. So it's kind of go off of that earlier pitch that I gave, starting with the what. This is how it could be worded if we start with the why. Everything we do for our customers. We believe in making their lives and businesses easier by giving them one less thing to worry about. We're competitively priced, allow for less downtime, and even offer delivery and a mobile service truck. Put simply, we provide top-of-the-line parts and service for their fleets. Now, how can we help you today? Now, just that kind of starting from a why and working our way out gives it a little bit of a different feel, and we're going to go more into detail about why it is. It sounds different and how that affects the customer's, opinion of us. So by starting with or focusing on the why, we're leading with purpose and passion for the actions that we take. And then, of course, by nature, this gives what we do a true meaning. So let's go to the next slide on that one. So the golden circle. So again, most organizations and myself included, when I'm out there, we all kind of default with the what. So here it is, we're Bruckner, this is what we do. We provide parts and services. The how, we have access to parts, and we have mechanics and the behavior. We kind of just expect them to just, given that, buy something from us or letting us work on their trucks. And sometimes that works. Sometimes we get lucky. Our prices can be competitive, even if enough to get us that business. So sometimes if we, as Gilbert said, if we sell off a price, we're going to lose off the price. This right here, this pitch, again, we could definitely get some business this way, but more often than not, we're going to also lose business doing this. So the problem is that what and how do not inspire action. In other words, when we communicate from the outside in, people can understand, vast amounts of information. They can understand the prices. They can understand that, we offer free, daily delivery. We can get it here at this time. Like, they know that what we provide, but it doesn't drive behavior. So one example of this is I have a customer that I used to quote batteries for, and hands down, we're cheaper than the competition. And I always let them know, hey, we can come out here and rotate the ones that you don't use. We can get get them here within, however long you need them to get it. You let us know what time you need them, we can get them here for you. Everything I was throwing at him, he just had another answer for why he didn't want to go with us. And finally, one day I just had to ask him, hey, just be straight with me. What can I do to get you, get your battery business? And he let me know that, we're better in price, and he, he respects that and everything, but he has a relationship with the competition, with the other guy, and he doesn't want to do that to him by taking that battery business away from him. So even though it means him spending more money on the competition, that relationship there, whatever it is that they have with each other, is going to beat us no matter what. So again, it's important that, like Gilbert says, if we sell off a price, we're going to lose off a price. We got to kind of get in there and find other ways to get our customers to side with us. So let's see. All right, so this next one is actually going to be a video I'm going to put up real quick. Hopefully this works.
Life doesn't give you many second chances. But a Subaru can't.
You guys okay? You sure? Yours?
EyeSight with lane keep assist and pre-collision braking. Standard on the Subaru Ascent. Presenting the all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
All right, so the reason I showed that video right there is, so my wife and I are hoping to actually start a family in the next year or so. So we've been having conversations about what kind of car it is we're going to need whenever we do start a family. Her little Toyota Corolla, my pickup truck, they don't really have the space or the convenience that we're going to need to put car seats and strollers and all the other fun stuff that I'm sure come along with having kids. So almost as if our phones are listening to our conversations, we started seeing commercials for Subaru. And after doing a little bit of digging, started realizing that all the commercials tend to have a similar feel, a similar theme to it, which is, in this case, family, which is one thing that we were talking about. Whatever car we get, we're going to want to make sure it's safe, it's spacious. Again, we also don't really want a minivan. Weird, but this commercial does seem to cover everything that it is that's important to us. So Subaru could have just came out with a commercial saying, you know, hey guys, we have a new Subaru out that offers eyesight with lane keep assist and pre-collision braking. You know, it's pretty cool, right? It offers third row seats so you can fit the whole family in. Come down and get one. But instead, that commercial and the way they handle a lot of their commercials actually lead with the feeling that they want associated with their brand. They want you to feel that keeping you and your family safe is just as important to them as it is to you. And once they get in on that why it is that they're doing what they're doing, then they end up at they describe both how it is that they're keeping you safe, which is again the lane keep assist, the pre-collision braking, and then what it is they're offering, which again is their Subaru, is this particular model, and then they go into pricing and all that fun stuff. Again, this is just another example of why starting out with why can have a better effect than just starting out with what. Once they get you emotionally invested and all that, I mean, the rest is, I'm sold. I mean, this is most likely what we're going to be getting. Next one here. So we need to know why we do what we do. If we don't know why we do what we do, how will we ever get people to buy from us? Or more importantly, how do we get them to be loyal and want to be part of what it is we do? That way, the next guy that comes around with a cheaper price doesn't just automatically get their business. They're loyal to us. They want to be part of what it is that we do. Because let's face it, there are plenty of other places our customers can get part. But again, why should they come to us? Why do we do what we do? Again, people do not buy what we do. It's they buy why we do it. So building trust is an important part of building that relationship. There is a strong inherent correlation between why and building trust through communication and interpersonal relationships. So it's not easy and it's not immediate. It could take hours, days, months. I think we all have stories of customers that we've been trying to go after for a while, and sometimes we get lucky and we hit it off right away. Sometimes it can be 6 months to a year before we really kind of get our foot in the door and build that relationship to where they give us our first shot, and from then it's just, that business is ours to lose after that. But if we bring expert level support to our customers through meaningful interactions, then we should be able to win their loyalty. And if we prove to them what we believe, that we support the business, that they poured their blood, their sweat, and tears into, then we can win their loyalty. So I'm by no means at all a doctor. Science is not really my area of expertise in school. But finding these diagrams online, it shows that there is a cross-section of the human brain shows that its layout lines up the three major components of the golden circle. And taking a look at this diagram of the brain, it makes sense to me. It looks pretty good. So on the outside of the brain is the neocortex, which corresponds to the what level of the golden circle. The neocortex is responsible for all rational and analytical thought and language. And then the very inside of the brain is the limbic brain, and that corresponds to the Y level. And that's responsible for our feelings, like trust and loyalty, and then human behavior and decision making. So that's the part that gets stirred emotionally, and depending on if you're a rational, emotional person, that also determines what way of deciding things you kind of go for. So the reason why working from a why-based approach has such an organic, humanizing response is that it's direct connection to our biological makeup. By working first with why, we're able to build trust with those we work with and build relationships that keep our customers coming back for more. Again, just to sum it all up, people don't buy what it is we do, they buy why we do it. So we need to be approaching our customers from the why standpoint before anything else. Again, especially in these times where we're not able to be in front of people. I think we've all agreed that calling our customers on the phone, it can feel a little bit like a telemarketer lately. This problem probably isn't going to be going away anytime soon, whether we, no matter how hard we're all, desperate to get out there into the field, it's just things aren't going to be any different for the next few months, it feels like. So for myself and maybe a few other people out there, it's important to remind ourselves that we just need to change the mentality of how we approach our customers. Stop coming at it from a what and just throwing numbers at them. We got to get in there and just convince our customers that we're on their side. We want to be a partner for them. So it's important for them to know why it is that we do what we do, why it is that we get out of bed every morning, and what is our purpose, and why should our customers care about it. If they believe what we believe, and what we should be believing is that we are truly in the business of helping others, and that their company means just as much to us as it does to them, then we suddenly aren't just salesmen and saleswomen. We are the partners that they need. We're here to help them succeed. This business that they poured their time and money and sweat and tears into, we want it to do just as well and succeed as much as they do. We are that last piece of the puzzle that they need to help their business not only survive during this time, but to continue to thrive for years on end. And that's all I got.
Awesome.
You wanna
Great
take back over?
job. Great job. That's phenomenal. Thank you very much. Daniel, I want to say thank you for that great presentation. Did anyone